Hey everybody, out here at the garden today. You can see everything looks like it's doing really well. I don't know if you can see way over there, see that sunflower? You'll remember we didn't plant that. That was a volunteer. I'm gonna go over here and see how much rain we got. Oh, looks like quite a bit. Let's see. Right, a little over 1.5 inches it looks like. So finally got some rain, and you can tell everything's real wet. Problem is that rain came down really fast, so I'll show you as I'm going along where the rivers were created in the garden. But everything's looking really good. You'll see an issue right there, and I'll explain that in a moment as well. But we're gonna go down everything here and take a look. Cucumbers, I did put some more of them up on the string. I need to bring out some more clips and do some more. There are probably, if I look close enough, look at that. If I look close enough, there's probably enough for me to make some pickles. We'll see. We'll do a little looking. They're looking really good. You'll see down there, I need to get them out of the aisle because they're trying to get into my black-eyed peas. Black-eyed peas loving this rain we just got. They are looking very, very good. Nothing seems to be bothering them at the moment. Come over here. Our eggplant's looking good. It's got some blooms on it. Let's see if you can. Really, really pretty blooms. Little teeny tiny squash plant there. This one's got some baby squash on it. I'm still coming out and clipping the leaves off that have squash bugs on them. This volunteer tomato plant is doing really well. Still don't know what kind of tomato it's going to be just yet, but that's okay. It's very happy. Now, if you look right here, you'll see my footprint. But then you'll see these, and you'll see those, and you'll see those, and they keep on way on down the garden. Well, I imagine they're responsible for that. I think our raccoon friends have decided that they're done decimating our corn, which, by the way, we still haven't gotten any of it. And I think they've moved on to tomatoes. So, I'm going to have to put some stronger stakes in there. The white ones obviously are not doing it. You can see I had put in one wooden one. I'm going to have to put in some more there. And I don't know if they're using those as a launching pad to get into the corn, or if they're eating tomatoes. I don't really know. There is a green tomato on the ground right there. So maybe they're after tomatoes. I don't know. But we've worked so hard on this electric fence trying to keep them out, and we're just not winning. We're not outsmarting them. But I do see some squash here I can collect. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. This plant is loaded with little baby squash. So that is great. Another eggplant, another eggplant. And the plants look like, look at all the little holes in that leaf. They look terrible, but they're growing so much and so well that I don't think they seem to mind it. Let's keep on down here and see. I see another squash I can get. Let's see. Oh, that one's going to go a little further. That volunteer zinnia has decided to bloom. Still not sure what this one's going to be, but I'm letting it hang out. Keep on down, and you can see, if you look kind of right here, you can see how our river kind of snaked through there. So the water, and there's another one on this side. When we got storms the other day, we got so much rain so fast that it basically just washed the topsoil off and went on down the hill. So we got a little benefit from it, but not as much as we could have. Had we had a nice overnight slow rain. But that's okay. We're grateful for what we got. I don't know if you can tell or not. There's Oh, she flew away. There's a butterfly down in those cucumbers. See where she went. There she is. I had been complaining that we didn't really have any pollinators around, and I think it was because it was so dry. But now that we've gotten some rain, they really seem like they're coming out. Oh, something I wanted to show you. Somehow, I got an interesting Italian zucchini mixed in all this. Which is really cool. Look at the squash bugs mating on the end of it there. Let's get them off and take care of them. Do away with them. But yeah, a beautiful Italian, I believe they're Italian, zucchini mixed in amongst this. And it was the same pack of seeds as these other ones. But somehow, I got an Italian one. Because here is the regular one. This is what I planted. It was a dark green Black Beauty zucchini. But the striped ones are cool. Good thing I came and checked on them because they would be too big tomorrow. So you can see the rivers. You can see it actually made an island right there where the water was rushing so much and it's eat away down through that mud and made like a tractor path down through there. All of that was from water. We didn't do any of that, so quite interesting. The green beans here, we picked, probably about a peck's worth of green beans off of these the other day. They're looking pretty rough, mainly because of the way my dad picks green beans. He's pretty rough on the plant, so they have to be sturdy to stand up to him. But it looks like I probably can pick them again, so I'll go through here and pick them again real quick. The chamomile's doing great. With green beans, once they start producing, you want to come back out and pick them again about every 3 or 4 days, because they will, once they start producing, they are really producing. So you need to come back out and keep a check on them, because if they get too big, they'll slow down in their production and you won't get very many. Looking over here, our peppers are finally getting their legs. You see some little blooms and baby peppers on there. Our sweet potatoes are doing really well, starting to run. I'm sorry if the video is kind of bumpy and shaky. I'm sinking in the mud as I'm walking, so it's making it a little difficult. I think down here I saw a pepper. Oh yeah, look at the, somehow got a jalapeno mixed in all these. I didn't buy a jalapeno, but that sure is looking like a jalapeno there, which is fine. We'll use it. There's another one. I think those were mixed in. Not supposed to be that, but that's okay. Plants are looking good. These down here have kind of branched. Now you can see they're blooming down in there. Quite a few blooms. They have peppers on them as well. There's just some more little green beans. You keep on down the way here. Still quite wet. I'm going to get me a different basket here, because it's kind of hard to carry those zucchinis in that basket. They're trying to fall over. So let's go down here and see. These are our, you remember the butter beans. They have kind of filled in. I'm going to let them keep going. I'm not going to replant them. I'm going to let them try and do their thing and see what happens. Hopefully we'll get enough to have a little bit. Tomatoes, you remember these first ones? None of them look too great. Just too close to these trees, I think. We'll keep on down here. I have harvested, I don't know, maybe 10 little tomatoes off of these so far. Look at the size of that one compared to my hand. So I have gotten some. I'm gonna see if I can stand these back up without breaking these stakes. Oh, they're heavy. Let's see. I don't know that I can. Yeah, that's going to take a little more work. I'm going to have to get some wooden stakes and fix those. These daggone raccoons are just driving us crazy. But you'll see these plants are loaded with tomatoes. Just loaded with tomatoes. And look, they made that cage fall this way. Crazy things. They're crazy. I'm going to have to put a stake in that one because it's got a lot of plant there it's trying to hold up. See one down there starting to get a blush on it. You can see them starting to change. Down here, they've just made a mess. I assume this is raccoons. Now, I guess we could have had some damage from the storm. But I don't know that I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm going to blame it on the raccoons for now because I've seen some raccoon paw prints in my garden here. So, I'm thinking it's probably them. But you'll see there's loads and loads of tomatoes on these plants, finally, which is great to see. If you'll remember, these are determinate plants, so they're going to put out this one crop, and that's going to be it. You might get a few little straggly ones later on, but for the most part, they're going to put out one big heavy crop, and that's going to be it. You'll see here the next exciting thing. Our Silver Queen corn is just starting to tassel, which makes it now even more important that we do something about these raccoons, because I'm not losing 2 rounds of corn this year. It's not going to happen. So, we're going to figure something out and take care of these guys so they don't eat all of our food. There's plenty out there in the wild for them. Blackberries are coming in real well, so they can go on and get them something else. But this Silver Queen corn just starting to tassel there means that we probably have probably about 3 weeks before we'll be eating that corn. So we've got probably about a week to do something about these raccoons before they start destroying that corn too. You'll see, looking here at our Silver King corn, they have destroyed most of it. You see it there on the ground. We've tried everything we can with this electric fence to fix the problem, and that's obviously not going to be the answer. So I don't know if we'll get any of this Silver King corn, because the problem is they've come through and not only knocked the stalks down, but they've taken, if you look over here, they're taking the top ears off. And the top ears are really your good ears. They're the best one. And then the one below, the second ear, and rarely the third ear. Those will be smaller and just not as good. You really want that top ear. But so do the raccoons. And they haven't given it enough time to even finish making. You got a Japanese beetle there as well. They're a problem because they will chew the silks off. So it's another not great thing to see. Now I'm betting this one right here. I still got a little bit of tug there. Yeah, so I'm pretty much writing off Silver King corn. And I'll come back over here. And I know this Silver King corn was stressed a little bit. Compared to the Silver Queen, it had to deal with the cooler temperatures, the drier temperatures. But look at the difference in vegetation between these and these. They had the same fertilizers, same timing of fertilizers. So, Only thing I can think of is either Silver Queen is just made better for this area, just grows better this area, or the Silver King was stressed too much with that cold and I should have waited and planted it a little later. But definitely interesting, the difference here. So, moving on, we've got our next round of green beans coming up right here. And they're looking pretty good. I still haven't seen, I think I've seen like 1 or 2 little jade green beans come up on this left side. The right side is all Blue Lake green beans. These were newer seeds. Jades were the old seeds. So I don't really expect the jades to come up. But that's okay. That's another round of green beans for us when we get tired of picking this first round. The radish seeds are working on drying out. Those pods, I'm going to try and collect those and then use them later. We may have some little radishes down in here on these. It's been so hot that I doubt they're making bulbs. Yeah, we just got little sticks down in there. See that? They're not doing anything. I did harvest some carrots earlier this week. These ones are just now thinned out so they can get a little bit bigger. I got probably a quart's worth of carrots, maybe a little more. You can see the little redness there of the next round of beets coming up in the weeds there. I did harvest 3 or 4 of those for my mom. And I harvested my onions, and I will put in a clip of those so you can see what happened with them. There may be some more still hiding down in here. Oh, look. A lone potato. Looks like it's probably okay. We'll take him home with us. But yeah, so that's the story on all of those. Now over here, and the reason I went ahead and harvested those, they hadn't, so the onions hadn't fallen, the tops of them hadn't fallen over, which I know I was supposed to wait for that to happen, but I just got impatient. We had the tiller out here the other day, and I wanted to till up this row, and go ahead and plant something new in this spot, but we got the tiller, took the tiller through part of the garden, and it got all tangled up with corn stalks and weeds and things, and had to get a knife out to get it untangled. So just decided to leave this and fight with it another day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my little push mower out here. I have an electric one, and I'm going to run it through this and cut it as close to the ground as I can, and then bring the tiller out and till up that spot and figure out what's going to go in there for the next bit. Sweet potatoes on this side, looking pretty good. Less bug pressure on this side, which is interesting. Strawberry plants, you can see they're kind of outdoing the weeds now, which is excellent. They do have some little runners, and like I've said before, I'm going to do the same thing with these, and I might do that tomorrow. I'm going to go down and dig up each of these strawberry plants and their little runners and get them in. I don't know if I'm going to put them in cold storage until the fall, or if I'm going to go ahead and just put them, till this bed back up and put them right back in the bed. I haven't decided which makes sense yet, so definitely going to dig them up one way or the other. And I'll show you how I do that when I get to that. So this next round of wildflowers here that's coming up, looks like a whole bunch of it is going to be marigolds, which is cool because I don't know that I planted marigolds. But they're looking really good. You can see here, these wildflowers are really taking off. There's an interesting one down in there. But you can see going down, and look how tall that volunteer sunflower is. That thing has gone crazy. I'll show you some zinnias. It's kind of hard over here in the sun. Beautiful purple cornflower. You can see that guy's way up there. And he planted himself, which is cool. And you've got these little tiny ones. It's a beautiful day out here today. It's a little bit warm, probably about, I don't know, 85 degrees. You can see the flowers there, looking really pretty. Probably about 85 degrees out here. Humidity's not too bad, probably in the 60s, but so much better than last week. So trying to get out and enjoy it as much as possible. Look, we had some seed itself, which is cool. But yeah, definitely a relief from last week and the week before. We've just had such hot weather and hot, dry weather. It's been quite miserable. But hopefully we're seeing a change now and get a little cooler. But that's what we have going on here in the garden. I know I promised you a lot of exciting things this week. It just was too hot to be too exciting. So that's where we are. Now, I'm going to see if I can pick some green beans. And first thing I'm going to do is see if I can get these tomato plants standing back up. So that's where I'm going to start. Wonder how long you've been looking at the corn. I apologize, you probably saw none of that. But I added a stake here, I added a T-post, I added a short stake here, and I added a U-channel, basically a T-post. Gave my wooden stake a couple hammers in the ground there. And now I gotta decide what I'm gonna do next. Ooh, excuse me. Well, that's a good start. Definitely looks better than it did. But don't have it exactly how I want it just yet. Now one of the things is I do need to run a higher piece of twine. So maybe I'll go ahead and do that first. And go ahead and get this batch tied up better. I don't know exactly what you can see. Can you see what I'm doing? Oh yeah, you can see what I'm doing. So, let me grab my twine and we'll be right back. Oh, hello. Found a spider. Alright, so I'm just going to pull this string tight and clip it into these clips along the way. Alright, keep on down this way. I have to say, I think this PVC pipe with a string in it hasn't been all that useful for how I've needed to do this. Alright, so I forgot my scissors. Let me go grab those real quick. In my experience, most of gardening time is you walking back and forth trying to get something. Something that you've forgotten, something that you need. It's just an ongoing process. Alright, so I'm going to cut this twine. And let's see if I can put the scissors in the pocket without stabbing myself. Whoop. I was going to see if you could see what I'm seeing, but I don't know that this is going to let you. Let's see. Maybe. Alright. Well, try it. So, I'm going to pull tight here. And go down and around. And I'm going to pull this as tight as I can, because when I bring that other batch back up, they're going to need a support on this side as well. So alright, that should do it for that. Now it's time to go on the other side and see where we can get Hello, wasp. Kind of think I want to start on the other end again. So let me put you back where you can see. Now, hopefully, that was at least somewhat entertaining. Now, I've decided I've had enough of this project for today. I'm out here doing this all by myself. Most of my gardening this year I'm doing by myself. So, it's a lot for one person. And I've got 3 more sections, just like what I just did. And it's just too hot today to bother. So what I'm going to do is leave it for tomorrow and come back and see how much I can get done tomorrow. Same situation, so I won't bore you with watching me do it. But I do see some ripe tomatoes in here, so I'm going to get my little bucket. And I'm going to go down through here. Oh, cool. Check out that dragonfly. And you see him there on the... kind of blending in. See his bright blue abdomen there? Dragonfly. So, I'm going to go over here grab my bucket and drop that off. And let's see what tomatoes we can find. Now I know I've got to go back between these two rows here and grab the green ones I dropped on the ground, because there are a few of those. I know I didn't really have a ending for my last video, so I thought I'd bring you over here to my blackberry patch. You see all the red ones there? This is massive. It goes way on up, and you'll see these are grapes. And I'll show you. And then there's some privet mixed in there. This right here with the little buds on it, I believe that's privet. It might be something different, I'll have to check, but that's super invasive and it goes crazy. These right here are grapes. I don't know if these are fox grapes or if these are going to be real grapes. This right here is a blackberry. You can see this thorn sticking on it. Seed on it right there. But these are wild. These are not your tame variety, and they've been taken over by these grapes. But I still find a few. Got a little bit of a bucket worth so far, but look right here. See them right there? And these will be just perfect to make a cobbler later. So I'm gonna get to picking, and you can see there's some sweet gums mixed in, some different kinds of trees. Really needs to be cut to the ground and started over, but look right here. See all those berries up in there? I'll need a stepladder to get to them, and you can see them way back there in the opening. Most of these I can't get to. Nature's gonna get a lot of them, but I thought I'd show you my wild blackberry patch. It's quite crazy. But anyways, I hope you've enjoyed the videos this week, and hope you learned something. Like I said, I'm always open to comments and suggestions, so if you see something that, or know of something I could do differently, do better, I'd love to hear about it. And I hope you have a wonderful week, and you can listen to the sounds of the birds here if you'd like to. Oh look, this blackberry's blooming. That's funny. Listen to the town birds instead of the country birds.